and Safety. Roll call. Here.
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 Are there any conflict of interest statements?
No.
Nope.
Approval of the minutes. I don't think anyone had a chance to review.
No. I'd like to make a motion to defer action.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item A, bid recommendation received from Nice Engineering for 6th District Avenue lighting improvements from 169th to 165th. After doing the bid tabulation, there were two bidders. The most responsive and responsible bidder and also the low bidder was Hawk in the amount of $239,395.38. So the recommendation is to make the award to Hawk Enterprises Incorporated.
I'd like to make a motion to approve Nice's request.
Second.
Recommendation, I should say.
A second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against, motion passes. Agreement with Nice Engineering for construction observation on this project. Their fee will be 7.9%, which is reasonable for the work. This is their construction engineering contract. Do I have a motion approving the construction engineering contract?
So move.
Second.
Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against, motion passes. Next, we have the contract with Hawk Enterprises Incorporated for the same project, 6th District Missouri Avenue Lighting Project. Do I have a motion to approve Hawk's contract to do the construction work?
So move.
Second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against, motion passes. Next, we have a supplemental agreement with Clark Dietz Engineers for additional lighting design in the Beach, Catalpa, Chestnut, Magnolia, and 149th Street project. They currently have a contract with us. There's been some changes made and some additions, and this will increase their contract by $4,600. Do I have a motion approving the supplement?
So move.
Second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against, motion passes. Next, we have a license agreement from GeoCon Professional Services to conduct environmental monitoring at property located near White Oak Avenue and 176th Place, Walnut Avenue, White Oak, and 177th. They're going to do some groundwater monitoring. Do I have a motion approving their request?
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Motion passes. Next, we have correspondence from Fire Chief Jeff Smith requesting approval of the promotion of Captain Christopher Tartan to the rank of Battalion Chief, Engineer John Fruth to the rank of Captain, Private James Bregel to the rank of Engineer, and EMT P2 Mark Ramoska to the rank of EMT 1P, and approve to continue using Comcast for the internet connections to link the fire department with dispatch.
Make a motion to approve the chief's recommendation.
Second.
Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Next, we have status on property located at 7609 Walnut.
I'm Attorney Robert Golding here with Ray Rudolph, who is the contractor. The status of this is another person had bought this property on a tax sale who did not have the wherewithal to rehab it. He has sold the property to a party that does have the wherewithal to rehab it. We've requested an inspection of the property. The intention is to have the property inspected, to have a rehabilitation agreement with the city, and to proceed with rehabilitation of this property.
That's about it. I've got the tax deed right here. Do you have the identity of the person you sold it to, or can you get it to me?
Well, there's a quick claim deed here.
I apologize.
It's Broderick Benjamin LLC, which I can tell you the individual's name is Michael Thompson. Is
No, this is got a good address.
that is a good address for them. And this is Ray Rudolph, the contractor. He's been in touch with the inspection department, and there's an inspection forthcoming on this property. And I know I've dealt with this man and this new owner before, and I can tell you they have the wherewithal to do this project.
I would just ask that we set this for our January 14th status, so I can make contact with Broderick Benjamin and set a meeting
status on the 14th?
Well, we're having demo statuses on January 14th anyway, so that gives them about a month to get the inspection.
Make a motion to have status on January 14th.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes.
Thank you.
We have
Merry
a-
Christmas.
Next, we have a rental registration hearing on property located at 6528 Meadow Lane.
Morning.
Would you state your name for the record?
Angelique Jacobson.
Proceed.
All right, so I brought paperwork to show that I was actually living on the property, and I also brought paperwork for the one renter that I did have, which actually resulted in an eviction, so.
Well, what I have, this is just what I have, I
Okay.
wasn't there. The tenant complained that there was mold in the basement and that you were not doing anything to take care of it.
Yeah, well, she said a lot of things that weren't true, so what I did is I brought all the court papers, and pretty much every single thing that she said was dismissed. And she had no proof of anything, and of course, I did do something about it, and I actually called 2 different mold experts, and they told me exactly what to do. It's a cinder block basement. You're never going to completely get rid of the mold. So I treated it with bleach as directed, and it went away. So that was her way of trying to get out of the fact that she wasn't paying rent.
Okay, when did you move out of the property?
I moved out of the property when I got married, and that was in, well, actually, before that, because I started renting it in February. So I was getting married in August, so I
This
moved
year?
in. Yes,
So you moved out in February?
right.
And when did you start to rent it?
I rented it in February,
Soon as you moved out?
mid-February. Mhm.
And then, Chris, it wasn't registered for 15 at all then?
I had it never registered as rental. Was it ever a rental before February of this
No.
year? All right, so we just need it for 2015. The tenant who called me called in April, so it was rented at least in April.
And when did they get out of there?
The date that they actually left was the 27th
And is it rented
of
now?
September.
Do you have a
Yes.
new tenant? Okay.
Yes, so I
Like to make
need
a
to, I
motion
need
to
to
waive-
file the paperwork for the new tenant, right?
She will have to register for 15, and the new tenant's information will be required.
And then, ma'am, you live on Holman?
Now I do,
Your
yeah.
address, so all the correspondence that we need for this property will be emailed to the Holman Avenue address,
Perfect.
as long as we have.
Mhm.
Is that on there? All we have to do is know.
Okay. I believe that's where the newest one came. So the newest letter came to us.
I'd like to make a motion to waive the late fee, but the unit must be registered at the $5.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye. Those
Aye.
against? Those against, motion passes.
Okay, so that paperwork is available online, or?
If you're in the building, you must wait till after the meeting, just go in the basement, and take care of it.
Cool.
After this, the young lady will get you the paperwork you need, and you can go downstairs and do that.
All right, thank you so much.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Okay, next we move down to item I, rental registration hearing on property located at 1306 121st Street.
Hello. Ashley Carpenter.
Did you state your name?
Ashley Carpenter?
Thank you.
Are you here for Mr. Sears?
Yes. I came to do the rental registration, in November, and the lease that I had was dated for October, but the tenant did not move in until November. There were some problems that she was having, her fiance was having, so she asked if she could hold off on moving in. She gave me a security deposit to hold, so I held it until she was able to move in November. So we were able to redo the leases, and I also brought a NIPSCO bill from her showing that she was there from November and stuff like that.
Prior to October, since January of 2015, was it rented during those 10?
No, we just bought the property in August,
Oh, okay.
so we had to do maintenance and stuff on it, so it wasn't ready
Is
to be
it
moved.
just one unit?
Yes.
Chris, you got anything on this place?
New owner as of August, I believe the lease that they signed was past the 30 days acceptable, that's why
Okay.
we're going to use for 15.
I got you. I'd like to make a motion to waive the late fee, but the unit must be registered at the $5.
Okay.
A second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against, motion passes.
So you could wait till after the meeting and she'll get you the paperwork and you can pay it today.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Item J, rental registration hearing on property located at 1545 Myrtle.
Hi, we tried to fix my house and.
What's your name, sir?
Yeah, they told me we have to have a permit for rent.
Hold on. Are you Mr. Mendez?
Yes,
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead.
yeah, we tried to get a permit to fix the roof, and they told me we have to have first the permit for renting, and I don't have any, and they told.
When did you just purchase the property recently?
I bought the property like 5 years ago.
So what have you been doing for the last 5 years?
We renting 1 year, and then I lived there about 2 years, and then my nephew lived there. Right now, my nephew, they live there in the house.
Okay, so it's 2015. Did you buy it in 2010?
Yeah,
5 years ago? 6
Yeah.
years ago?
yeah.
Mr. President, he actually, this is his second time through the late,
Oh.
he was late back in 2013 because he did not register for 11, 12, or 13, and so he had to go through collections, and so now he's late again. In addition, back in 2013, it might not be the same tenants, but there were some problem tenants in there in 2013 that kept having loud parties, which required the police to be involved several times.
And what happened in the last time he was here, Chris? What did we do?
No, he paid $1,240, 2011 through 2013.
So are we
He knows he has to register.
here for 15 only?
We're here for 14 and 15.
14 and 15, okay. So in 2014, was somebody living there?
I don't remember if that's me or my nephew, but
Were you charging your nephew rent?
yeah.
Okay, good.
You're not the one who's playing music so loud that the cops had to call come 4 times?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I'm-
Well, if you were living there, you don't know, and you can't hear the music?
Okay. I'm hurting. Is somebody living there now,
Yeah,
and they're paying you rent?
yes.
Give me a minute.
You work nights or something? Because all these calls for the police were like at 1 o'clock in the morning. You weren't there, you couldn't hear it? One of them was
Right
taken.
now, I'm not living there. Just my nephew. I don't know about this.
January 27th at 9 o'clock at night, loud party. January 27th at 1 o'clock in the morning, loud party. March 17th, 1 o'clock in the morning, loud party.
Yeah, but I don't live there. I live in
Okay, I'm ready. So since we're not sure when you lived there at 14 or not, so I'd like to make a motion to assess one late fee plus the $80 for 2014 and $5 for 2015 for a total of $585.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes.
So you can wait till after the meeting, sir, and she'll get you the paperwork, or we'll mail it to Baltimore, and you have 30 days to pay it. If you don't pay it, then the other late fee will be assessed.
Okay. Item K, rental registration hearing on property located at 6411 Grand Avenue. Is that property owner here?
Wanda Gable? Ms. Gable? Oh, sorry. Morning.
Good morning.
Chris?
And do you live there or do you live in Hebron?
I live in
Four or
Hebron.
nine.
It's 4.
Oh, it can't be 9, that would be Gab, Morgan.
It's the homestead.
Yeah, I just rented the apartment in the house,
When did you start renting it?
October.
Of this year?
All right, Mr. President, this has just newly become a rental, so it's only been rented 2015.
I'd like to make a motion to waive the late fee, but the unit must be registered at the $5.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes.
So you could get the paperwork after the meeting and pay the $5 downstairs. Also, Kelly, can they pay next year's now or no? Okay. As of, after January 1st, you'll have to pay another $5 for 2016.
Okay.
So you have your option of sticking around, or we'll mail you to the Hebron address,
Okay.
and you could come back in January and pay for both for this year and next year.
Okay.
So it's up to you, but, I mean,
I get up to the idea.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next is rental registration hearing on property located at 2039 Davis Avenue. What's your name, sir?
Simon Beamsterboer?
Okay, Mr. Beachpool, Chris?
Is anybody living there?
Yes.
Is it single family?
No, it's a multifamily.
How many units is it?
2.
Okay.
I had it registered in 14. I took a contract sale in December of 14. It was supposed to close in January. That never happened. I took the property back in August. I put it up for sale then. When we decided not to sell it, I came in to re-register. That was November.
Of this year?
Yes.
Okay. Are both units rented out right now?
No, just one, and that tenant's leaving tomorrow.
Was during the course of 2015 were both units rented out?
One.
Just one the whole year?
And the information I have is apparently you were late last year in 14 too.
That's when I first got the property.
Yeah, but Mr. President, I would just ask that we let him register one unit for 2015. If he runs the second unit in 16, he'll have to register. There was some question whether or not it was a legal unit as to the, I guess we register two next year.
I'd like to make a motion to waive the late fee, but the unit must be registered at the $5 for 2015.
Second.
Oh, sorry.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item M is a bid recommendation from our Public Works Director, Gary Gleason, for 6 snowplow trucks. Gary says that Lake Shore was the only bid submitted for the 6 3/4 ton plow trucks that met the specifications, and the total bid price was $209,808. And he's recommending that we make the award to them.
I'd like to make a motion to
Here's the recommendation.
approve Gary's recommendation.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Correspondence received from Gary Gleason requesting approval of the placement of a no parking sign between 2 driveways at 3731 173rd Street. This is the one that the other option was to put a smart car parking only sign,
Or motorcycle, maybe a
or
motorcycle.
maybe a motorcycle.
I'd like
But
to
you don't
make a
think
motion.
There's even enough room even for a smart car, right, Gary?
Yeah, we met with all the neighbors yesterday, and, yeah, we were wondering what size the smart car was.
And probably nobody has one there, right?
Nyland.
I'd like to make a, it's in winter storage. I'd like to make a motion to approve Gary's request.
Second.
The motion is second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Correspondence received from Scott Vernicki, 529 169th Street, requesting a parking space for his tenant. There were some changes made to that street about 1.5 years ago, and it's been restriped, and I think that house doesn't have a parking stall, but I'd like to recommend that we send that over to Gary and then let him review it. Can somebody make that motion?
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, we have correspondence received from James Callahan, Chief of Inspections, recommending the board rescind the award to DNR Site Services bid for the demolition of 7345 Chestnut and award to the next low bidder, JM Industrial.
Mr. President, this is the second time we've had issues with this contractor. The first was with the Millskis demolition. He gets the bids, he bids, and then he never does the work. So like the Milskis, we're just asking that the board award it to the next lowest bidder so we can get it done before the winter.
I'd like to I'd like to make a motion to honor Mr. Callahan's request.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Do we have any matters from other board members?
I have a disciplinary matter from Chief Doty. I'd like to take it, what are we taking it?
We can acknowledge, work and acknowledge receipt of it.
Acknowledge that we've received a disciplinary matter from Chief Doty.
Any motion
Okay.
for that?
No, there's no motion required. Anything else?
No, that's all I have.
Do we have any matters from other department heads? Do we have any new business? Any old business? Meeting's open to the public. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to step up to the microphone and speak? If not,
Motion to adjourn.
motion adjourned.
Second.